Good evening, my railroaders. It's Southern 207 giving you a long overdue update on what's going on. Well, this weekend is the Richmond Raceway show. I'll be up there. I'll actually be heading up there tomorrow night because the guy, Boston Albany, who I'm working for this weekend, he's going to be picking me up directly from work tomorrow. So, and then we have to come back by here to pick up few parts of his display that I did some emergency repairs on. Gotta love Mother Nature for doing every moderator's nemesis. Moisture plus fiberboard. Yeah, I say more. But I picked up a laundry list of goodies at the last show, including a custom painted caboose. That is a Southern. Well, caboose was originally used by the Interstate Railroad, but when Southern got Interstate was taken over by Southern initially, and then they were eventually taken over by the NW. But that is not the only good new addition to the fleet. I've also got a Bachmann F7 that I'm going to be dropping, just doing a chassis swap on. And while I was at that same show, just a heads up, I bought this from Star Hobby at their price of $85, the cheapest you can find these. That's an RS3 decoder equipped. And before you ask, yes, I did have the same number. But I've been looking for one in the Tuxedo scheme, and just so happens they had. And this coming weekend, if they still have a few more, I'm gonna pick up 2 more. And I'm gonna need you guys' help with a little something. If anybody has renumbered any of these engines to a different road number, including on the number boards, which I know is going to be a pain in the ass to do, please give me a shout out in the comments below, because I'd like to have at least 3 of these on the layout. The other thing I picked up while I was at that show, and this was mentioned during the last live stream, Logic Rail Fast Clock for looking at. I still have everything including the original manual for this. Picked this up plus a UP5 and a BDN4 or BD4, which is the older variant of the modern version. This is the new style for it. And I also picked up some scenery stuff and some miscellaneous odds and ends, which I have a new shirt that I will be wearing at the Greenberg show. It's a Southern Railway shirt that if you guys are looking for me up there, you will see me there with it on. Which I'm not even certain where I said it offhand. Go figure. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick update. I am still alive. I've just been busy as hell with work. In fact, I've been working for the last 3 days straight. And the way things are looking as soon as I get back Monday, if I can get back over Sunday night, weather permitting, of course, because we're expecting 4 to 12 inches down here in Smithfield. Yeah. Because people down here don't know how to drive in the snow. I will state that for the record. They suck at it. But as far as catching you guys up, the other thing, and this is going to be the biggest shock to everybody. Over the last 2 months, I've been having a long, hard thought on this. I'm going to dismantle layout, salvage as much as I can, box it up, and make sure everything's dry. Because come spring, the shed's getting completely ripped apart. And what I'm going to be doing over the next couple months is accumulating materials. Because after I come home each day, I'm going to start building, at least one section of it a night until I get the new shed completely up. That includes everything from building the floor, which it's going to be built on a skid, which I'm going to check into, talk with local shed companies on how it's built. Get a pair, if I need to get a pair of 6x10s, or not 6x10s, but 6x4s by whatever length, which I'm thinking about going deeper this go around. Probably closer to about the length of an average carport. So I might have to be doing some splicing. But that is yet to be figured out. And the goal would be, I don't know if you guys are familiar with what Weber Malrera did with his shed, the type of shed he's got. That's similar to the type I'm thinking about building. But it's going to be a little bit of a twist, because we all have seen these those easy framers, but featured on Amazon and wherever else. Well, we're going to see what we can do with a couple of those kits. Granted, it's going to take a little time to get it done. Time's something I got plenty of in the evenings. Because the last couple days I've been getting off around 3 o'clock. Prior to that, it's been 3:30, 4 o'clock. But there again, I'm getting the company I'm working for is starting to slow up right now. And I'm still working 4 days a week. 8 plus hours. So that's not a problem. In fact, I'm going to place the order tonight to get the brackets start on their way here. And what I'm going to do is slowly accumulate the lumber I need to build this. Which I'm going to go with 3/4 plywood, or probably even, it depends on what I can get as far as the flooring goes. But I know the flooring is going to be some type of wood with a foam rubber over top of it. Mainly for one major reason: to save my back and also give some cushion under the feet. Because let's face it, guys, I'm not getting any younger. This year I'll be 36 come September 3rd. My girlfriend's already stated she's going to help me as far as where she can. But my biggest thing is, I do want to go fully solar in this shed. And that includes, well, the only thing that won't be solar will be the Wi-Fi, well, the Ethernet line coming from the house straight out to the shed. But I'm gonna make that where it just uses a data connector or patch plug connected to. That way I have a little more freedom on that front. And this way, when me and my girlfriend do end up getting married, which will be within the next couple of years, I plan on doing a similar thing, but to start off with something like similar to a tiny house, but basically start by one of these prefabricated sheds and go from there. With that being said, that's the long-term goal. But we'll cross one bridge at a time. First off the bat, this spring, you guys will be going with me on one hell of a journey this coming year. But now the cat's out of the bag. I've been debating about when I go to rebuild the layout, I'm going to start off using one of the Atlas layout plans. I've been debating a couple different ones. And I believe the one I'm going to go with is the Atlas plan number N17, which is a kidney-shaped layout. It's a 4x8 layout, but it's in kidney shape. Well, what I'm going to do is take the 4x8 half, chop it in half. Still going to be about 6 foot long, the main section. And then it's going to do a 90-degree, come back out probably another 10, 12 foot, then do another L, or to make like a U shape, and then I'll connect it all that way. Of course, following the plan as close as possible. But don't be surprised if you see me getting one of the books. And what I'll do is I'll get a copy of the plan, and I'll show you guys. Because what I'm going to do is cut the plan in half and actually show you what the goal is and the idea behind it. It's mainly to make my life easier, because as it stands right now, I'm mainly going to go work on getting an operational signal system, which includes using as much of that, modifying the yard and all that, the plan, to make it adapted to my needs. Which one of my needs is going to be eventually handling building only curved turnouts on this, and it's going to take quite a few. Which, a little heads up for anybody who's going to be at Springfield. Do you guys, whoever's there, please do me a massive favor and go visit Boston Albany Hobbies booth. He might be slightly more than everybody else, but I'll tell you right now, when it comes down to the brass tacks, he knows more, but he's taught me more of what I know on how the analog and digital works better now that I know it now better, because working with him plus selling stuff to where after talking with people, they're even teaching me little tips and tricks. It's like I got 102 different tricks for making a decoder talk. Whenever we see that did not read, or DNR, or did not register, the quickest and easiest trick that I've learned on the locomotives like this is to simply put a 1K resistor on the opposite end of the engine. What it does is it tricks the system into shooting out just a smidge more power. That smidge more power is all the more this takes before it start squawking with your command station. But with that being said, you gotta learn those little tips and tricks. Ugh. And just catching you guys up on what's going on. Anyway, the shed's construction will probably start sometime as soon as the weather breaks. Layout dismantling will probably start here as soon as I get done with these shows. And whenever days I have time off. But with that being said, I'm also going to show you guys, show you the new shirt and all that, and do a proper intro to the videos and all that this coming year. So this year my goals are going to be new shed being the number one, because the old one is leaking its ass off. And that is no joke, guys. I've actually had to put 5-gallon buckets in a few areas, which thank God I get those unlimited supply at work. Because we go through sauerkraut and pickles like you wouldn't believe at work. Ugh. But like I said, the goal is to have the shed built and new layouts started. At least the framing up, and started actually building it. Which I wanted to do with L-girder solely this time, because as much as I love box framing, it limits you way too much. Whereas, well, you can pretty much guess why. I'm just wanting more freedom with what I can do with the layout, where I can come and go and change the plan as necessary. But I'm gonna start tonight getting the ball rolling on the shed. Anyway, moderators, I'll be talking with you guys when I get back. I'll probably do a interview this weekend with the owner of Boston and Albany Hobbies, David Hobbs. You guys will be actually finally getting a chance to meet the guy. He is a former NASA engineer. That's the reason why his name sounds familiar. But I will let him fill you guys in on what all he has done during the interview this week. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to fill you in on what's going on and the plans. Because I know I've been keeping everybody in the dark on that front. Well, as the saying goes, cat's out of the bag now. Have a good one, Mall Routers.